quaint town of Eldritch Haven, where shadows seemed to linger longer than elsewhere, a man named Adrian experienced an unusual affliction, sleep paralysis. However, Adrian's condition was no ordinary bout of nightly immobilization. It struck him at the most inopportune moment, enveloping him in a sinister dance between wakefulness and the supernatural. One stormy night, as thunder reverberated through Eldritch Haven, Adrian found himself alone in his creaking Victorian home. The air grew heavy with an otherworldly tension, and the flickering candlelight cast elongated shadows that seemed to whisper secrets of the unknown. Adrian retired to his bedroom, seeking solace from the relentless storm. As he lay in bed, the oppressive atmosphere intensified. Suddenly, an unseen force seized him, rendering him immobile beneath his bedsheets. He was thrust into a realm where reality and nightmare converged. The room transformed into a nightmarish tableau, a shadowy realm inhabited by grotesque entities. Unseen hands grasped at him, and ethereal whispers echoed through the darkened chamber. Adrian, caught in the grip of sleep paralysis, felt a malevolent presence looming over him. To his horror, the shadows coalesced into a monstrous figure, a spectral being with hollow eyes that seemed to devour the light. It emanated an aura of ancient malevolence, and its mere presence sent shivers down Adrian's paralyzed spine. The storm outside intensified, mirroring the tumult within Adrian's subconscious. The spectral entity circled the room, its form shifting between the shadows on the wall. Adrian strained against the invisible bonds, desperate to break free from the clutches of this supernatural nightmare. As the clock struck midnight, the spectral figure lunged toward Adrian, its unearthly howl blending with the howling wind outside. In that climactic moment, Adrian, fueled by sheer willpower, managed to break free from the paralysis that held him captive. Gasping for breath, he awoke to a room bathed in an eerie silence. The storm had subsided, and the oppressive atmosphere lifted. Adrian, shaken but determined, questioned the boundary between reality and the supernatural. From that night onward, the townsfolk whispered of Eldritch Haven's mysterious aura and the man who faced the malevolent unknown during the witching hour. The specter of that fateful night lingered in Adrian's mind, a reminder that in Eldritch Haven, the line between the waking world and the realm of nightmares was thin, and midnight held secrets that could only be uncovered by those brave enough to confront the shadows. In the quiet town of Millbrook, where secrets linger in the cool night air, a sinkhole appeared on the outskirts, swallowing an unsuspecting household. As the structure plummeted into the abyss, it unleashed an ancient malevolence that had long slumbered beneath the earth. The townsfolk, startled by the sudden disappearance of the house, gathered at the edge of the sinkhole. Murmurs of fear and speculation permeated the air as they peered into the gaping maw that seemed to lead into the bowels of the underworld. Among the onlookers was Amelia, a curious journalist with a penchant for unraveling mysteries. Intrigued by the supernatural aura that emanated from the sinkhole, she decided to delve into the heart of the enigma that had gripped Millbrook. Armed with a flashlight and an unwavering determination, Amelia descended into the darkness below. The air grew colder, and whispers echoed through the cavernous expanse. The walls of the sinkhole seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy, as if concealing a force that defied the laws of nature. As Amelia ventured deeper, she discovered an ancient subterranean chamber, adorned with cryptic symbols and adorned with the fossilized remains of creatures long extinct. It became evident that the sinkhole was not a mere geological anomaly, but a portal to an underworld that housed an ancient and malevolent entity. Unbeknownst to Amelia, the monstrous force, awakened by the disturbance above, stirred from its eons-long slumber. A creature of shadows and nightmares, it slithered through the subterranean realm, drawn by the scent of the living that had dared to breach its sanctum. The townsfolk above, oblivious to the impending danger, felt the ground tremble as the monstrous entity approached. Unearthly whispers echoed through the streets, and a palpable darkness blanketed Millbrook, shrouding it in an ominous veil. Amelia, guided by an insatiable curiosity, reached the heart of the ancient chamber. There she encountered the creature, a manifestation of primordial darkness that hungered for the souls of the living. Its eyes, pools of abyssal blackness, fixated on Amelia as it prepared to unleash its malevolent wrath. In a desperate bid for survival, Amelia harnessed the power of the ancient symbols surrounding her. Chanting incantations she could not comprehend, she sought to repel the creature back into the depths from whence it came. A battle ensued in the dim-lit chamber, a clash between mortal determination and primordial malevolence. As the arcane symbols flickered with an ethereal glow, the creature recoiled, shrieking in a cacophony of unearthly wails. It thrashed against the boundaries of the mystical barrier, unable to breach the protective wards. Amelia, drained but triumphant, emerged from the depths of the sinkhole, sealing the entrance with an incantation learned in the throes of peril. The ground trembled once more, and the sinkhole, now devoid of its supernatural aura, became a mere scar on the landscape. The townsfolk, unaware of the supernatural battle that had transpired beneath their feet, sighed in relief as the sinkhole ceased its ominous resonance. Little did they know that Amelia, marked by the shadows she had faced, carried the weight of a secret that transcended the understanding of the mortal realm. Millbrook returned to its quiet existence, but the memory of the sinkhole lingered in the hearts of those who had witnessed its abyssal awakening, a reminder that, beneath the veneer of normalcy, mysteries slumbered, waiting for the curious and the brave to unveil the darkness that lurked in the hidden recesses of the world. Years passed, and the town of Millbrook gradually forgot the sinkhole and the malevolent force it had housed. However, a new and unsettling occurrence would soon disrupt the fragile peace that had settled over the community. One fateful day, a traveling carnival arrived at the outskirts of Millbrook, bringing with it a mysterious carousel. The carousel, adorned with ornate carvings and shadowy figures, emanated an otherworldly aura that stirred dormant fears within the hearts of the townspeople. Drawn by a morbid curiosity, the townsfolk ventured to the carnival grounds. As the evening descended, the air became heavy with anticipation as the carousel, seemingly untouched by time, whirred to life with a haunting melody that echoed through the night. Amelia, still haunted by the memories of the sinkhole and the ancient entity it had unleashed, sensed a connection between the unearthly occurrences. As the townspeople hesitated, she stepped forward, determined to unravel the mysteries that once again encroached upon Millbrook. The carousel spun slowly, revealing grotesque creatures and spectral beings carved into its wooden panels. Each figure seemed to come alive in the dim glow of flickering lights, their eyes glowing with an eerie intensity. It became apparent that this was no ordinary carnival attraction. It was a conduit for the supernatural. As the townspeople watched in awe and trepidation, the carousel's pace quickened. Unearthly whispers intermingled with the haunting melody, and shadows danced around the carnival grounds. Suddenly, the figures on the carousel leaped from their wooden confines, manifesting into spectral entities that prowled the carnival with malevolent intent. Amelia, realizing the gravity of the situation, delved into the heart of the carnival. The spectral beings, once mere carvings, now sought to claim the souls of the living. The air crackled with dark energy as Amelia confronted the ancient force that had once lurked beneath the town. Guided by her knowledge of the arcane, Amelia sought to bind the malevolent entities to the carousel, preventing them from wreaking havoc on Millbrook. The townspeople, caught in a surreal nightmare, watched as she chanted incantations and drew protective symbols in the air. As the last incantation echoed through the carnival grounds, the spectral entities were drawn back to the carousel. The haunting melody ceased, and an otherworldly calm settled over Millbrook once more. The carousel, now devoid of its supernatural occupants, stood as a silent witness to the otherworldly encounter. Amelia, weary but victorious, emerged from the carnival grounds, the air clearing as the malevolent force dissipated. The townsfolk, grateful for her intervention, looked upon her as the guardian who had twice protected Millbrook from the clutches of the supernatural. The traveling carnival, its purpose fulfilled, vanished into the night, leaving Millbrook to return to its quiet existence. Yet, the memories of the cursed sinkhole and the haunted carousel lingered in the collective consciousness of the town, a testament to the thin veil that separated the mundane from the mysteries that lurked in the shadows.